In this video, I'll give you the exact blueprint to going from zero to making over $1 million with Amazon KDP in just 3 years. Now, a quick disclaimer is that this is probably not going to be realistic for most of you. 99% of you watching this will not achieve this in 3 years. So the point of this video is not doing it in 3 years. You can do it in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Even if it takes longer, the main thing is that it's possible, it's achievable. And that's what I want you guys to take away from this video. But just for this video, for hypothetical example, I'm going to show you a year 1, year 2, year 3 roadmap on how you can go from zero, investing zero money into this business, to making over $1 million in the end. Well, let's get right into it. So this is the how to make $1 million in 3 years on Amazon KDP blueprint. So real quick, if you're new to the channel, my name is Sean and I've been publishing since 2016. I went from zero to making over 10K per month in 10 months, and I've scaled that to multiple 6 figures a year. I ran that KDP business for many years, and in the end, I sold that KDP business for $820,000, making me a millionaire at age 26 from actually doing Amazon KDP. Since then, I started another KDP account as doing 6 figures a year, growing from there. So I basically done this twice. So KDP absolutely changed my life. I've traveled all over the world thanks to this business. And I've also helped over 1,400 students of mine in my private community make money with Amazon KDP. Some of them are doing even better than me, right? Some of them are doing a couple thousand a month, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000, even $100,000 in a month. So I had a slower start getting started because I was trying to figure this out from scratch, right? And I didn't really have a proper course or a video like this to kind of show me the way. I've also experienced a lot of fake gurus along the way. I got scammed many times, lost over $25,000 from a fake coach, right? Fake guru. And then I lost 100K on a bad business opportunity on the way and stuff like that. So it actually took me longer than 3 years to achieve this because of that, right? It took me about 5 years to start Amazon KDP with almost no money and becoming a millionaire from Amazon KDP. But in this video, I'll try to show you how you can do it faster. So let's start with the year 1 plan. So the goal of this plan, obviously we're starting from zero, and by the end of the year, we want to get to 10K a month. So ideally, you have some money to start so that you don't have to publish no content books or low content books. But for this video example, we are talking about doing this with absolutely zero money, right? So not investing our own money. So the first step inevitably has to be starting with no content books, creating these books for free because we cannot invest our own money. So what you're gonna do is you can create no content books. And these are something that are super easy to make even without any experience. Obviously, as you publish more books, you're gonna gain more experience. So that's the main thing. The main thing is that doing these things will teach you the fundamentals of Amazon KDP because year 1 is more so dedicated to learning the craft rather than making money, right? So this is one of the best examples I can give you in terms of what kind of books you can publish in the no content, low content space that are super easy to make, but also doing extremely well. Okay, so this book cover is extremely simple. I mean, you can whip this up on Canva, right? Ideally, you make something even better than this. But the point is, a book like this is still selling well. Okay, so we got things I need to write down because I'm old and I forget stuff. It is a funny gift notebook journal. And what I suggest you do is hit up these funny, like gift type books because especially in the seasonal period, it sells really well because people buy these books to gift to their friends and family as a gag gift, right? So try and hit up those niches. That's what I recommend. But I have this tool called BookBeam that tells me how well the book is selling. If you guys want to check it out, the link is in the description. But BookBeam tells me that this book is making between $100 and $181 a day. So that is $3,000 to $5,000 a month, right? Just from this one book. Obviously, it is not normal to make that much from this one book. It's just an example of one of the many successful book in this space. And just like the point of this video, I'm showing you this book to show you that it's possible, okay? Not what's average, okay? So those are the books that you want to start making. I actually do have a step-by-step tutorial, which is this YouTube video right here, right? So you can go and follow that and get started. If you guys want to check out this video, the link is in the description below. Now, once you start making some money from no content books, you want to move on to creating low content books. Okay, low content books is a little better than no content books just because there are some content inside. Oftentimes, they're like a little bit of text, a little bit of design inside, not just blank pages. Okay. And because of this, it's a little more work to create, and you can also price it a little higher, right? It's a little harder to create these books, once again, which means less people are doing it, so you have less competition. Although it's still very easy to create these books, so the competition is still fairly high. But once again, we're not trying to make 10K a month from these books, right? We're building up to it slowly, one step at a time. So you want to create those books. Another great benefit of low content books is that the customer gets more value because there's a little bit of content inside. So as an example, it'll be something like this one, word search books. It's a puzzle book. It's cool. You can actually engage with the book because it's a puzzle, right? So you can solve the puzzle, get some value. So it's good for the customer as well. That's why you can price it higher. So if I look at this book on Amazon, you can see that it only has 22 reviews. Anyone can get 22 reviews, right? And this book is doing $37 to $47 a day, which means it's about doing $1,000 a month just from this one book. And as you can see, it's selling at $9.99, a little bit higher than the initial no content journal that we took a look at. Now this one is the Shadow Work Journal. So this is still a journal, but it's more of a low content book because it's not just blank pages, right? It is a journal, but it has a lot of text, a lot of prompts to guide people through the book. And so this book absolutely blew up. At its peak, I'm pretty confident it made millions of dollars because this book, as you can see, it says more than 1 million copies sold, and they're making a solid $4 to $6 per sale because of the price point of at $12. They even got audio, Kindle, hardcover. I mean, they're crushing it, right? So made millions from this one book. It's insane. Right now it's doing a couple thousand just from one format, so it peaks obviously, but this is how it looks inside. So right now it's just kind of an explanation of what is shadow work, this and that, so text, and then it kind of goes into the activities. So you start by making no content books, right? You gain some experience, you make some money, right? And then you take that money and put it into making low content books. You gain more experience, learn how to make better books, right? And then you make more money, and then you take that money into, now we are creating medium content books, right? Medium content books essentially has more content inside. And typically, these books sells better. So it's harder to create, but it's incredibly profitable. Medium content books, we're talking about activity books, story books, coloring books, those kind of things. This one on the right is a coloring book example right here, and it can be extremely profitable. You can also create these tools using softwares, right? So I actually have a tutorial on this, which I'm going to show you, but it has less competition compared to low content books or no content books, because once again, we are moving up the content ladder, right? These books has more content. Now, if it's a coloring book, you got to create those coloring pages. It's a little harder, right? So less people are willing to do it, which means you have less competition. The market is still huge, so you're going to make more money. So this book on Amazon is doing extremely well. It is the 4th best-selling book in the entire bookstore, doing $3,000 to $15,000 a day. I will never tell you that that is the average, right? Obviously, this is an exception. However, coloring books are very profitable. A lot of people are making good money with coloring books, even if it's just $100 a day, even if it's just $10 a day, $300 a month. That is great money because you can go and do it again and publish another book and another book and another book, and you just keep going, right? So this whole video is to show you what's possible. All you have to do is believe that you can do it if somebody else is doing it, right? All these people, all these books are profitable, and these people are self-publishers just like you and me, normal people behind the scenes, right? And they're making this kind of money. Well, that means that if I actually try, I can do the same. All you have to do is believe it, right? And actually take action on it. That's exactly what I've done, right? I'm just a normal dude who believe that I was capable of doing the same thing other people are doing, so that I, decided and kept going. And I went from zero to becoming a millionaire from this business at age 26. So in the process of creating these no content, low content, medium content books, one of the most important skills you have to understand is niche research. So you have to focus on finding high demand with low competition keywords by niching down popular keywords. So coloring books is a popular niche or popular keyword, right? But you can niche down going into like animal coloring books, space coloring book, right? And you can even niche down further saying animal coloring books for kids only between age 4 to 8, right? Or 8 to 12 or something. There's so many different niches, like only for girls, only for boys, maybe even just for adults. There's so many different niches you can go into. So if you have to choose between high demand or low competition, obviously it's best to have both. But if you got to choose high demand with high competition is better than low competition but low demand. A lot of people don't like competition, so they go into low competition but also not very profitable keywords, and they think making just 10-20 bucks from here is better than trying to compete in this huge keyword but also a lot of competition, right? Believe it or not, it's way better to go into the competitive keyword and just make a better book. Because it's super profitable, you never know when your book is gonna pop, explode, and start making thousands of dollars a month, right? If you go into low competition keywords, that's never gonna happen. So also keep in mind the holiday sub niches as well, because those can be very, very profitable. So what I mean by this is, instead of going into just like a word scramble, keyword, you can do Christmas word scrambles, Halloween word scrambles, Easter word scrambles, or even back to school word scrambles for kids, right? So there's so many holiday themed keywords they can go into. A few more examples here. We got 50 animal coloring book and fun fact for kids. So they're combining coloring book, but also fun fact into one book, which is a way to create a new market, which is cool, right? Also niching down into animals. At 143 reviews, this book is doing between $3,000 to $6,000 a month, which is pretty damn good. Another way to niche down is just to a specific demographic like seniors, right? So this brand right here is publishing books specifically for seniors. Stress relief, memory, activity book just for seniors, right? Ignore the kids, ignore the adults, just for seniors. By niching down, it's actually better. You will have way more sales to your specific audience instead of saying, hey, my book is literally for everyone, right? Because you have a lot more competition there. So mindful patterns, large adult coloring book for women, stay positive, interesting word search for seniors, and those kind of things. And once again, guys, most of these books that I'm showing you are from people who are just like you and me. Like behind the scenes, they're doing the same thing. They're just a normal person publishing a book on Amazon KDP. They don't have anything special compared to you, right? They just know this business a little bit better than you probably do right now. All right, so as you publish, you're gonna start making money. You want to reinvest those profits into better tools and better systems in your business. You can invest into AI tools to make book creation and publishing faster and cheaper, right? You can use tools like BookBolt if you want to do puzzles and activity books. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. You can also hire a freelancer for cover design. This is what I recommend, right? Because in the beginning, you are creating the book covers yourself, because this plan is starting from zero, like not investing your money. But now that you're making some money, some sales, you want to take that and hire a book cover designer, because they're going to make a book cover that is way better than what you can make yourself, most likely. And eventually what I recommend is you scale to high content books, right? I do mostly nonfiction books in popular niches, okay? These are my favorite types of books to publish, because you can sell it at a higher price. You can sell it in many different formats. You have less competition, and in my opinion, you make more money in this niche, right? Or in this type of book. So you can leverage and use AI tools for content creation as well. And it's a little harder to make the medium content books, but for that reason, it has less competition or fewer competition. And it's a lot easier to create a brand as well with these niches. Let me show you a high content nonfiction book example, which is something like this: How to Stop Overthinking. It is one of those self-help nonfiction book, right? About 200 pages. And believe it or not, it's a lot easier to create these books than you think. You can write it yourself, obviously, if you're a writer, or you can use AI to help you write. That's completely fine as well. You can also hire ghostwriters, right? That's what I do. And these ghostwriters, they actually cost a lot less than you think, okay? So this book is doing $400 to $600 a day. So that is $12,000 to $18,000 a month. And that is just from the paperback version. And this is the biggest thing with high content books, is that you can sell it as an audiobook. And this book, I guarantee, is making like tens of thousands of dollars from audiobooks as well, because audiobooks is blowing up nowadays. And Kindle version is probably adding a couple thousand a month as well. So not only do you want to reinvest back into your business to produce more books, now you start outsourcing things, but you also want to invest more in marketing, okay? Anyone can create a book, but not everyone understands marketing. And this is how you stand out, okay? Marketing is one of the highest paying skills, and it's extremely important for you to understand marketing. Not just in KDP, but in any business. You have to understand marketing if you want to make money, okay? There are free and paid ways to show your book, sell your book, whether that's social media or using paid ads. When it comes to paid ads, you can start with as little as $3 a day. You also want to create a consistent publishing schedule, okay? So you want to publish 1 to 2 books per month if you're doing high content books. I generally publish 1 book a month. You want to publish 2 to 4 books per month if you're doing low and medium content books. You want to get reviews and launch every single book properly before moving on to the next one. So this is a big mistake people make, is they just create a bunch of books, right? And then they just upload it and they think the job is done. And so they go and make the next book, upload it, and then go and make a next book and upload. And that's not how this business works, right? Creating the book is half the work. The other half of the work is what you do after you upload the book, which is getting reviews and sales. You got to launch it, you got to market it, right? And once it ranks in the Amazon algorithm, then the organic sales starts kicking in. You're going to start making money passively. Then you can move on to the next one because your job is done, okay? So you never want to sacrifice quality for quantity. You do have to consistently publish, right? You can't just publish one book and expect to make 10K per month. I showed you some example books. It is possible, but once again, it's not typical, right? And also it's very rare to make a 10K per month book on your first try. You know, that's why you have to try many times publishing these books, and eventually you will hit it. And eventually you will hit a home run where a book will do extremely well. But it's gonna take some time to get there, okay? But you also don't want to spam a crap ton of books and sacrifice quality. So it's a balance between publishing as many high quality books as possible. The last thing you got to keep in mind is to track and analyze your results. A lot of people kind of bury their heads in the sand and they just publish as many books as possible without stepping back and analyzing data. You know, what's even working, what's not working. They don't know. They just keep taking action without kind of analyzing that, right? Which is not good. So you want to make sure what your advertising cost is, which books are doing well, right? What kind of positive and negative reviews you're getting. Read the reviews, right? And improve your books according to the reviews, what people like, what people didn't like. And see what's working and do more of what's working and do less of what's not working. I mean, after publishing a couple books, you know, it's not like every single book is going to make the exact same amount. You're going to have some book that does extremely well and some book not doing so well, right? So don't make more of the books that didn't do well, right? Ignore that whatever, you know, book that you made and focus on the one that's doing well and make more books in that niche, right? And keep building that niche, go deep instead of going wide. So with that being said, let's go into the actual numbers. This is a calculation on how you can go from zero to over $1 million in 3 years. Okay. So to recap, year one, you want to learn as much as possible. You want to focus on improving your skills, right? And in year one, your goal is to get to 10K per month in revenue at the end of the year. Okay. So you go from 0 to 10K per month. Okay. And obviously this is all hypothetical. And in this hypothetical example, let's just say that in year one, you literally took all the profit, 100% of it, and you reinvested into just making more books, okay, and advertising it. So for that reason, year one total profit is 0, okay? Absolutely nothing. Once again, this is just as an example. It's not typical at all. I'm just playing with the numbers to kind of, you know, make a point. But in my personal life, right, I went from 0 to 10K per month in 10 months. A lot of my students are doing the same thing in shorter or maybe a little bit longer. Doesn't matter, but they get to 10K and they do take a profit. Okay, I did take a profit too. So with that being said, in year two, the plan is to go from 10K, because now you're at 10K, to 20K a month at the end of the year, which is pretty realistic considering that you went from 0 to 10K, you added 10K a month in income in 1 year, right? All I'm saying is let's add another 10K in year two. Realistically, what's going to happen is business grows exponentially, not linear, right? So you probably will make more than 20K, but in this calculation, I'm trying to be more conservative. Okay, so year two, that's the goal. So what do you need to do? You just do more of what's working. Like I said earlier, it's the 80-20 rule, right? Focus on 20% of the activity that's bringing 80% of the results. Okay, so literally just keep doing what worked in year one. That's pretty much it. You want to expand to other formats. If you're not doing audiobooks, if you're not doing, let's say, ebooks or paperback, you definitely want to do that, but that should be done honestly in year one, not in year two. Okay. You also want to start building your audience. This is very, very important. The bigger the audience, the easier to launch your new books as well. So how much can you earn in year two, right? So we got to 20K a month, and let's just say 40% you spent in expenses, right? So advertising, producing a new book, those kind of things, which is pretty typical. 30 to 50% of your business usually goes into expenses, right? So we're taking 40%. So that means you made $12,000 per month in profit, times that by 12. And let's just say year 2, you made about $144,000 profit for the year. Okay. Once again, this is just a completely hypothetical example number. So I really don't want anybody to be quoting me on this, but I just want to show you how business can progress here. So that takes us to year 3, right? Year 3 plan is to scale from 20K to 30K. Once again, we're just adding 10K a month. We did this for the past 2 years, so we're going to do it in year 3 as well. So what you want to focus in year 3 is to create systems. You want to document each step from researching to creation to marketing, like how you build the business, right? How you do the business. And you want to create SOPs for every single task. SOP is standard operating procedure, so that you know how to do things. But if somebody else comes in, try to replace you, right? So that you have more time, they don't really know what to do unless you show them what to do. It's like a tutorial or, like a business manual, right? They can follow the SOP and they know exactly what to do. So you want to start documenting everything like that. You want to use project management tools like Asana, right, to track all your progress. And you want to set up a content calendar for consistent publishing as well if you haven't done that already. Now, if you guys need some ideas on how to do this, right, I actually created a video on how I automate my Amazon KDP business, how I work less than 4 hours a week. A lot of my students also work just a couple hours a week, right? So it's possible. So if you guys want to check out this video, I'll leave a link in the description below. So you want to start outsourcing a lot of your KDP process if you haven't done that already, such as hiring ghostwriters from Upwork or the Urban Writers, finding book cover designers on 99 Designs or Fiverr, using formatting services, right? You can hire virtual assistants for admin tasks and miscellaneous tasks. And honestly, you should be doing these things earlier, but basically you just want to focus on outsourcing to freeing up more time, managing this like a business now, because first you started by doing everything yourself. Now you are acting like a CEO, right? You have a team doing this for you. Now, in terms of where you can hire talents, Upwork is a great place. I do have a tutorial on it. If you guys want to learn how to hire talents on Upwork, check out this video in the description below. You also can use tools to automate, right? So BookBeam is great for keyword research. You can also use email autoresponders to grow your author platform, and you schedule social media posts with automation tools as well. You want to start automating your Amazon ads as well, because Amazon ads takes a lot of time. Okay, so the best services to do that is Azdroid or Azology. Azology is a great place to start. It is a automatic Amazon ad bid management tool. If you guys want to check out any of these tools, once again, the link is in the description. So let's go into the main thing, which is the math, right? So how much can you actually earn after year 3? Well, we're doing 30K a month, right? We got to 30K a month. And once again, 40% in expenses takes you to $18,000 monthly profit. Now, obviously, not every single month is going to be steady 18K, because earlier in the year, you started from 20K, right? And eventually you got the 30K at the end. But realistically, once again, business growth is exponential. So you probably will make more at the second half of the year instead of the first half. But anyways, let's just say, easy calculation, average is 18K monthly profit. You times that by 12, that is $216,000 profit for the year. So year 3, total profit, 216K. If you think this is unrealistic, honestly, a lot of people are doing this. Many of my students are doing this. Many of my friends are doing this. I've done this, right? And so I know it's possible. So we made 0 in the first year, about 100K in the second year, and a little bit over 200K in the third year. So if you add all those up, that's only like 300K, right? So that's nowhere near $1 million. So how do we get to $1 million? Well, the key is at the end of year 3, we sell your KDP business. This is honestly the ultimate cheat code in terms of getting money quick, right? You don't have to sell your business, but if we're talking about making $1 million in 3 years, it's honestly one of the biggest shortcuts. So, usually you can sell your business for 25 to 50x of the monthly profit. That means if you're doing 10K a month and you get a 25x multiple, you can sell it for $250,000. If your business is structured extremely well and it's valued at 50x multiple, then you can sell it for $500,000. This is exactly why you want to build a team. You want to create SOPs, because those are the things that's going to value your business higher, right? Instead of just selling a bunch of books. So on average though, it's going to be between 30 to 45x of your monthly profit. So for our example, we are doing 30K a month, 40% in expenses, which means $18,000 monthly profit. So if you're doing 18K monthly profit times a 40x multiple, that means you can sell your business for $720,000. Obviously, this depends on if a buyer is willing to pay you that amount of money, but I've sold it for more money than this, doing the exact same method. So I know it's possible. So I want to show you some real examples of actual KDP businesses being sold right now. So at the moment, there is no business that's being sold for 700K or higher amount, but once in a while they do show up here. Okay. Right now, the highest one is this one. This is doing $7,000 profit. It has a 35x multiple. And so if you times 7,000 by 35, you get this list price of 251,000, which is what they are selling for. Okay. Same as this one right here. We have this one doing $8,000 with a 29x multiple, selling for 251,000. This one is also getting a 30x multiple. This one right here got a 42x multiple. So it really depends on how well your business is built, right? Once again, not just selling books, but building systems and then selling a team. And if you can sell your social media audience and SOPs and all that, your valuation does go up, right? So this business is making $4,400 net profit at 42x multiple, which means you can sell it for $187,000. So if you guys want to learn more about the process of selling your KDP business, how it works, then I do have a step-by-step tutorial on it. Once again, if you guys want to check it out, the link is below this video. By the way, a great news is that just because you sold your KDP account doesn't mean you can never do KDP again. So you can actually sell it, come back and build a new account, which a lot of people are doing, including me. So you can build it, sell it if you want to, or build it and just keep it. That is up to you. But essentially, in terms of calculation, this is how you make $1 million in 3 years. Year 1, we did 0. Year 2, we did 144,000. Year 3, 216,000. In the end, we sold it for 720K. And that is how you come up with a total of $1,080,000. So as I said in the beginning of the video, please do not quote me on the timeline and the exact numbers for everything that I mentioned, because there's no way everyone can go through the same path, same journey, same timeline, right? Everybody has a different journey, different pace. So there's no way for me to predict or tell you this is how long it's going to take for you to get to this income level, this income level. It never works out like that. But what I can tell you is what I've done, as well as what other people are doing, which I hopefully showed you enough examples in this video of other people doing to show you that it's possible. Okay, and that's the main thing. It's possible. Whether you do it in 3 years, which some people do make $1 million in 3 years, but obviously it's not normal. They worked super hard. And they obviously knew what they were doing from the beginning. If you're a beginner in entrepreneurship and this is your first business, maybe it's going to take you 5 years, even 7 years. I don't know. But don't you think that it's still pretty damn good if you can make a lot of money like this, over that kind of timeline? So, and some people do it shorter as well. So it's really up to you on your execution and how hard you work. But main thing, once again, is possible. So if you guys are ready to take your Amazon KDP business to the next level and want to work with us to help you scale your business, then I do have a coaching/course hybrid program that you guys can come in and apply. We don't take everyone. We actually got to talk to you first and see if we are a good fit. We do reject a lot of people. But if you guys want to, the link is in the description. It's the first link. It'll take you to this page over here and you can apply and we'll do a free discovery call and you can talk to us for free and see if this is a good fit. If you scroll down a little bit more, you will see all the testimonials, all the student results. Some of these students are doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, tens of thousands of dollars a month. So it's possible. We actually have a lot more testimonials. Obviously, not every student will be successful. I get these comments all the time of people saying not every student is successful. Of course, right? I cannot control how much action other people take or how well they follow the program. All I can control is once they come to us seeking help, we will do our best to help them. Okay. So if you have this weird mindset of, I need some guarantees, you have to guarantee me that I'll be making 10K a month after month 3, this and that, then please do not apply because we are not a good fit. The only thing we can guarantee is that you'll be happy because we have this thing called the 6 months action-based refund policy, where if you take action, if you follow the course, you publish 1 book following your method and you get 50 reviews, once again, following your strategies, which we're going to show you how to do it. So you just got to follow it. Just publish 1 book in the first 6 months. And if you're not seeing results or if you're not happy with it, we'll give you a full refund. Okay. So the thing is, if you're not seeing results, we don't deserve your money. So that's the guarantee that we have. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll try and answer it for you. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.